This is Chris Elliott with Remax Action Real Estate coming at you today with your, what month are we in? We're in September 2018 market update. Hope you guys are well. So we're going to start off this month, this segment, this show, as we do always, with some market statistics. So looking back to this past August, which is the numbers we have, end of month inventory was actually down this past August of 2018, 14% from August of last year, which means there were less homes left on the market at the end of the month this past month than there were in August of last year. Month supply of inventory was down 17% from August of last year to 2.3 months supply of inventory. So still very much a red hot seller's market. And another interesting thing, looking, comparing this past August to July, July and August were very similar months as far as the numbers go. So there wasn't too much movement in the amount of sales price and everything. It was all pretty much even keel between July and August. So what does this mean to you? So if you're a seller, I'm shooting this video. It is September the 18th. We are in the fall market. The summer market is closed. That chapter is over. The sale or that boat has sailed, so to speak. So what does that mean? We're not going to see the hysteria of the market that we saw in most price points in the summer months. Okay, that's kind of over. The last push to get into the new house before the kids get back to school. That is over. So we are in the fall market now. Historically, kind of it's tapered down gradually as we go from September to October to November to December into January, and then we kind of surface back up in July, middle of February, somewhere in that time frame, depending on weather, depending on the market. That being said, last year, the year before last, 2016, the market kind of did this where it slowed down a little bit as we went into September, but then it kind of stayed even keel from September, October, November, December. Part of what I think that is just with inventory being so tight, we still had good amount of sales in the fall. I think a lot of buyers that just couldn't find anything in the summer or just got bid out on every house. They still wanted to buy, so they were still, finding themselves homes through the fall and the winter. So understand, it's not a terrible time to list. It's not a terrible time to sell. You got to have the correct expectations going into this time of year, but just realize it might take a little bit longer to sell. Just because you don't get a bidding war, you don't get 17 contracts on the first day, doesn't mean your property is not going to sell. Doesn't mean it's not going to sell for a good price. But it is going to be a little bit slower than what we saw in the spring and the summer months. The other thing to know as a seller too, if you're on the market, so I'm shooting this on the 18th, if you've been on the market for the last 2 or 3 weeks or more time than that, you've seen the market slow down in the last 2-3 weeks. A lot of that is kids going back to school. Typically, Labor Day weekend, it's a slow market in the real estate market. The weekend after the kids go back to school, people are still getting adjusted to all that, so they're kind of dealing with the whole, school and changing of schedules and things like that. Obviously we had a hurricane last weekend, or a rumor of a hurricane. We didn't seem to get much, and then we got a tornado. But now that hopefully all of that is behind us, if you've seen showings be a little slow over the last couple weeks, it should pick back up to kind of the new normal, business as usual. And we see that every year in our marketplace. So if you're a buyer, what does this mean for you heading into this season? I'm just going to plug in my computer here so we don't die. So realize that you're going to be, kind of a double-edged sword. You're going to be competing against less other buyers. So, it's not going to be the feeding frenzy it was that if you were in the market shopping in the summer and the spring that you experienced. But also understand that inventory is going to be a little tighter than it already is. Just because a lot of folks either, this time of year, if they haven't sold, if they've been on the market and they haven't sold, they're going to take the property off and kind of, pack it up for the winter, so to speak. or you've got folks that are, just kind of holding off and are going to try to time the market and sell in the spring. So it's going to be less inventory, but if you can find a property this time of year, historically it's been a great time to buy. Not all sellers, but some sellers seem to be a little bit more negotiable this time of year, just because either they've been holding off or they've been on the market and they're still left, and just kind of getting to that point where they just want to get sold, or you've got folks that have a need, want to sell now. You see less sellers that are necessarily timing the market or trying to time the market this time of year, and generally the folks that are on the market right now are more serious than some sellers that you'll see in the spring and the fall, where they're just kind of testing the market or just seeing, hey, if we can get our price, we'll sell. Usually folks on the market this time of year are folks that have a more serious need, want, desire to actually get sold. So anyway, for homeowners, obviously you guys aren't involved in if you're not in the market or on the market at the moment. Something to think about for you guys is we're going to be coming out with our lawn care schedule. So this time of year is a great time to start a lawn plan, grass growing plan. Depending on when this video goes out, it'll come out before or after that grass growing video. But we're going to send that out via email. You're also going to be able to see it on social. I kind of walk through the steps that you want to take in September, October, November, December on the video. And I'm also going to include that in writing if you want to print it out and just kind of use that as a guide, as a reference, as far as what to do to get your lawn looking good. So anyway, hope you guys found value in this. Hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.